what just happened? Like, what just happened?
Your life about to change.
It did. It did. I will never forget that moment. It was so special.
Intro about the tacos, it's the intro over the block. I'm trying to make it different from the other one. I promise I'll make a better intro later. This is the intro for the taco block. Thunder Rosa eating tacos.
All right, so I told you guys I am here at the mall. I don't know what the name of this mall is. Let's see. It doesn't matter because I have Alex Abrahantes.
Take this off. How are you? It's so great to see you. Welcome to my hood.
I literally just got out of the plane right now.
And it's freezing, right?
Yeah, I'm wearing 3 jackets.
I don't blame you. It's cold out
And
here.
here are Carlitos Barbecue Taqueria.
Yeah, it says Caribbean Cool on the other side. You can't see it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go and eat some tacos. The other places that you selected, they had vegan tacos, and I was really excited.
There is a vegetarian taco here. Do you like vegetarian?
Yeah, I do actually like it.
Okay, I heard the vegetarian
They
taco here
have
is out of
corn and a cob, and I'm about to murder that. So
Yep, somebody call the popo because
yes,
it's going down.
Yes, it is going
It
down.
is going down.
So I'm really hungry. Let's get
Me too.
Let's get to it.
Let's eat.
Yes. The menu.
It looks so good.
Apparently, they're hand pressed tortillas. So today I will get hand pressed tortillas. What are you getting?
I guess I'm gonna have to do the same thing, right? What is a quesatacos? I've never heard of that.
Yes, a taco is pretty much cheese with whatever meat you're gonna get on it. It has avocado in it too. I'm excited about it.
Yep, I'm doing the tacos because you know what? It's Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday.
We need to taco it up.
Ooh. And it comes with everything. It has avocado sauce on this one.
Oh, good. Oh, it gives you the instructions. Oh, that's a quesataco.
And they're barbecued. They're barbecue tacos. They're not your regular tacos.
Oh, I have to get a fish. Oh, it has a sweet plantain in it.
Yes.
But it's got some more cheese. Got cheese. Fija cheese. It's a lot of cheese I've never heard of. It's a lot of cheese.
A lot of cheese, yeah. So we have Alex Abrahantes
Well,
right
hello.
here.
This is so exciting.
I'm so hungry.
Me too. I've been looking forward to eating
This
Taco
is-
Tuesday with Thunder Rosa.
So-
What a treat.
Alex, thank you for being in the taco vlog. He's like getting all these
My pleasure.
napkins. And we have
¿Qué es eso?
this is a birria consomme, but it's like super small.
Is that like salsa?
Sort of. These tacos have green sauce, so
Yeah, I'm so excited they gave us limes.
okay.
Do they normally give you limes?
Yeah,
with
they do.
authentic tacos?
Yeah. Absolutely.
See, I'm used to eating Tex-Mex.
So what's the difference with the Tex-Mex?
So Tex-Mex, I don't think these are corn tortilla, right?
Yep.
I think you get hard shell or you get flour. I
Oh
could
yeah,
be
that's
wrong.
right. Yes, that's right.
So it's mostly hard shell is what you see
So-
in Tex-Mex.
Yeah, I usually cheer my tacos with you before you
Oh
start
yeah.
eating it. So
Which
let's,
one are you having? The beef?
I mean, birria, yeah.
So I should
it's a
have my-
brisket. He's gonna have brisket and I'm
gonna
having
have
birria.
brisket. That's right. That's our only difference. The rest of the tacos are the same.
And we're using wireless microphones, which I'm really excited. Hopefully everything goes well. Cheers.
Cheers.
So tell us a little bit more about you. Who's Alex Abrahantes? What do you do?
Oh boy.
yeah.
I'm a very complex individual. I have a lot going on all the time. I'm an overachiever,
He is.
just like
Hey.
you, which is probably why we get along so great.
I know.
Because we are always hustling, working hard. You know why?
Why?
Because if you stop, you're going backwards. You got to keep moving forward. And that's what I love about you, Thunder. The moment I met you, I knew you were driven, you were passionate, and like, wow, this girl's going places. Seriously.
Wow.
Yep.
He's describing me. You don't only do wrestling, right? What is the other position that you have somewhere else?
So I am the official spokesperson for QVC, for HP on QVC. So I present laptops on air, printers on air. So I'm on QVC all the time. It can be 3 a.m., it could be 3 p.m., it doesn't matter. Sometimes right after Dynamite, sometimes right before Dynamite, sometimes after Rampage. It can be crazy. I'm like a doctor on call. So I manage that. In between that, obviously I do my work with AEW.
You do commentary, you are a manager, you do
Yep.
backstage interviews.
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything, and I love it because I think I get bored easily, and
Yes.
I'm always looking to just kind of advance in life and get better and just do more, because life really is short. Before you realize it,
You're
it's
done.
gone, and you never want to regret. And I think that's early on I realized that regret sucks, right?
Yes, it does. It really does.
So, and I also, it was really weird when I was a kid. I remember, my family, and my parents are Cuban. I grew up in a Cuban household. And we would look up to people on TV and, the rich and famous people. And, we were, blue collar. And, didn't come from money or anything like that. Hardworking, just, real everyday people. And I thought to myself, why can't I be like that person on TV? Like, I didn't know any better, because nobody had really told me at that point in time, when I was that young, that you will never do that. Now, as I grew up, people told me that all the time, especially with pro wrestling.
Because you were small.
Because I was small, exactly.
Well, did you practice like professional wrestling in the ring? I'm gonna go and get some salt. Tell us.
Yeah,
Where did you train?
In Calgary with the Hearts. So I trained in the dungeon.
Oh.
And it was honestly such a dream come true to be able to get there and be there and train there. Exactly. I couldn't have asked for a better life story.
What's your favorite moment from training with the Hearts?
I have several moments. The first day I went down to the dungeon, Stu Hart came down to watch me train, which is a big honor. Everyone was telling me, oh, this is a really big honor. And I remember I threw a drop kick, and he told me, oh, that's a nice drop kick you got there. And I was like marking out, because I'm like, oh my God, Stu Hart is telling me what a nice drop kick you have. That was like unbelievable. It was so surreal. Meeting Davey was really cool. The Hearts threw this big party. Oh, check out the pug. Sorry, I get distracted. I'm a pug lover.
Pugs, yes.
I love pugs. Look at that pug.
Yes, a pug.
So just being there in that atmosphere, I got a chance to eat Sunday dinner with the Hearts. They're very family oriented. Every Sunday they would get together and have Sunday dinner at their table, and that was really cool. Being able to experience that and getting to know them was awesome. And then I got to go to Canadian Stampede, the In Your House pay-per-view, where it was the Hart Foundation, which at the time was Brett, Owen, Davey, Jim Neidhart, Brian Pillman, taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin, Goldust, LOD, and Ken Shamrock, if I remember
How
right.
long ago was this?
This was 1997? Yeah, 1997. So it was summer of 1997. And it was, to this day, one of the greatest reactions I've ever heard from a crowd anywhere. It was explosive in the Calgary Saddle Dome, and it was just so emotional, because I remember walking out and I specifically wanted to hear Stone Cold Steve Austin's entrance, because he was a babyface everywhere else, but he was a heel in Canada, because the Hart Foundation was so over in Canada to babyfaces. And I made sure to walk out, and I'll never forget the reaction that he got when he walked through that curtain. I was like, oh my God. And I was just, man, it was very emotional. It was super cool. And I was like, how honored I am to be in this moment at that time. It was insane.
So I'm gonna give you guys a little story. When I first met Alex at AEW, like everywhere else I go, I don't know who I'm working with or where they've been before. And I remember just being like, hey Alex, do you think it's gonna be cool if I go and do commentary? And she was like, yeah, well, this is always nice, because I think you were not managing the boys yet. Not yet. But it was just like, it just worked perfectly. So it was you, Dasha, me, and, oh my God, what's his name?
Willie?
Willie. And then we were all working together for a couple months. He's super, super picky on certain words that we use on TV, because honestly, commentary is not easy. A lot of people, that's one thing I will say, a lot of people be criticizing about, oh, you guys suck, and you guys is like, guys, it's not as simple as you guys think it is. And like, and all the hats that we're all like wearing makes it even more difficult. But Alex has always been like very helpful and like very welcoming with everybody has come on the table. And like, it was really cool to see you when you came out the first time. And then like when we used to talk about your wardrobe and ideas and like your gloves and your jackets. And he likes to use a lot of really like bedazzled stuff. Like he's using a bedazzled shirt right now. And because that's his flavor, that's how he's as a manager. And it was really cool to see you, like your progression. And as a manager, and also as a commentator. Because like I said, it's not easy, and you guys in AEW are like building little by little, and like it has been very important because I think the Latino community sometimes gets forgotten in so many aspects. And I'm just not saying in wrestling, I'm just saying in everywhere else. Regardless if we are like really big, I feel like they're like, oh, well, you know, they use SAP, but it's not the same when they use SAP, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's not the primary language. We're serving a great purpose, you know, to be able to entertain, you know, our Hispanic audience, which is so important. You know, for such a long time, the Hispanic audience has been such a great supporter of professional wrestling and lucha libre. It's in our culture, you know? So we do our very best, and what a lot of people don't know out there about commentary is we have so much going on in our ear, right? Isn't that probably the weirdest thing that people, once you first do it, you don't realize how much is going on?
This is the times where like literally I've been like watching the monitor and the match is so good, I forget that I'm like commentating. I was like, I'm supposed to be calling the spots right now. But it's like, I don't know, it's really funny. What is one of your favorite or funniest moments as a commentator?
Oh, as a commentator? Oh boy, that's a tough one. Jeez.
I like when we were like waiting on darks and we had like to call like 20,000 darks.
Yeah.
And there's a picture, I have a video. Dasha is literally like.
That was probably one of my favorites. I remember what you're talking about. I have a picture of everyone passed out at the table in between matches because we were at Daly's place, and you think Jacksonville, Florida, oh, it's warm. No, Jacksonville gets cold in the winter. So it was probably like, I don't know, mid-30s, and we are freezing outside, but it's late, like 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
And we're calling matches, and you just can't help but get tired because we've been doing it for such a long time. So in between the matches, you know, it's kind of like you're conked out, and then all of a sudden it's like, and 3, 2, 1, and you're like, all right, welcome back to dark, or whatever it is that we're doing, right? So it's the little stuff that you don't see that is very memorable to us, because I remember exactly what you're talking about, and I took a picture of that, and I have a picture of everyone.
I have it on my memory on Instagram. There's another one. There was this afternoon we were listening to Lady Gaga. Remember that?
Yes, yeah. So that's another thing we do to keep awake. We listen to fun music.
Yes, and then it was you and I, we were dancing and singing Lady Gaga so loud because I didn't get to wrestle that time. So I remember one of the guys, like one of the extras was like, damn, you guys were having a ball. I was like, yeah, I mean, we have to. So otherwise, just imagine, guys, how many, I think the question is, which one has been the show that you have called the most matches?
Well, I mean, we've done nights where it's been like 50 matches, or even like 52 might be the most or something. But I mean, I remember being there once till like 3 a.m. calling matches.
Yeah, we used to be there for a long time.
We've been there a long time, and it's just, you got to put in the work. So that's why it's not easy, because you have to maintain a high energy level. You have to be able to be quick thinking and come up with new stuff. But also, as I mentioned, you have so many people in your ear, like counting you down. We have English in our ear as well, so that we know which way that we're going. So there's a lot that I think a lot of folks don't realize. And it's a lot of work, a lot of preparation, and you know, I'm so grateful that we get to do it, because it really is a lot of fun.
Oh, you know, and there's another one that you guys don't know, and when they're like, oh yeah, you guys have to like promote, there's like 5 different commercials while we're like trying to call the matches. It's not easy at all.
And during Dynamite, even though we're on commercial break, we're still commentating for international. So it's not like, okay, commercial break, you know, we can chill out. It does happen from time to time, but most of the time we're doing picture-in-picture, or we're still calling the action for like Fight TV or Space TV. So there's a lot of work that goes along with it.
The manager for Los Lucha Brothers, tell me a funny story with those two, because I know they're funny as heck.
Oh man, they're hilarious. We always have a really good time. So we're always joking around in the back. They are so awesome because they are just so passionate, just like we are.
Yes.
I mean, they love this business so much, it's ridiculous. Every match they go in, they give 110%, which is just so incredible, because when they're there talking about the match, you can see they give it their all. And going out there and feeling that excitement and energy with them, I'm like, I feel like it's such a perfect mix. I could not have been asked to be paired with a more complimentary and exciting team than both of them. And we hit it off right off the bat in day one into AEW, even at Double or Nothing, I think it was, when I first met them. I think I met them at the first Double or Nothing.
Wow.
And they were just so cool right away. And yeah, it was just so awesome to be able to be paired with them because it was just, I mean, it's a dream come true. I love it. And then people always say, oh, it's like you're living your best life. I am.
Yes.
Every single time I go through that curtain, it's 1,000% genuine, the excitement. I'm just having such a blast.
Who came up with the Penta stuff?
That was just such an organic thing. So Penta was doing commentary. And I remember specifically, Tony had told me, he's like, hey, Penta's going to do commentary, I think next week or something like that. Because I had just done my first ever interview with Lance Archer and Ray. And I remember Ray said something in Spanish, and then Lance Archer was like, well, what did he say? And I told them, then Lance Archer got mad, and then they got into a brawl or whatnot. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. That was my first ever exposure really on Dynamite.
Yes.
And then Tony, he's like, hey, you did a good job. By the way, Penta's going to be on commentary next week. And I'm like, okay, super cool. So he goes on commentary, and Cody's in the ring.
Yeah.
And then he tells me to come with him. And I'm like, okay. And then he says his thing, and then I'm just supposed to translate.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, I thought to myself, if I just translate, it's going to be flat. Like, he's got clearly emotion behind this.
Yes.
Right? If I'm just like, you know, Cody, he says he's 1,000 times better than you. Like, that's boring,
Yeah.
right? That is boring. No, that's not what Penta said. So I just said, Penta says he's 1,000 times better than you. And it just kind of came out.
Yes.
So then when he said the second line, he gave me the microphone, I'm like, Penta says, because I mean, it was just something that I was just like, well, he just said it. The third time, I was aware of it. I was like, oh, I did it 2 other times. I've got to do it again because I just, you know, just to keep for the consistency's sake.
Yes.
So that was that. And then after that moment happened, I'm like, I can't, it was like a whirlwind. It was like my life, I knew my life had changed in some capacity. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew something had happened. It was just the weirdest feeling. But I was like shaking inside.
Yes.
I remember going in commentary and I was just having a hard time focusing because I'm like, what just happened? Like, what just happened?
Your life about to change.
It did. I will never forget that moment. It was so special.
Special moments with the Lucha Brothers. And one special moment was very recently when they won the championship.
Magical.
The entrance was pretty dope.
Thank you.
How do you feel? How did you feel like just being there and like all the like what is it called?
The pyro.
The pyro.
So think about it as a lifelong pro wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And you loved wrestling. And all you ever wanted to do was be a pro wrestler, and you would get together with your friends and have these matches, these fake matches, but you would play the music and come out and have the entrance, and that's what I used to do as a kid, right? To be able to live that as an adult and that be your job, I mean, it is insane. And I was always a big fan of entrances. Like, I love entrances. I just think that it makes such a statement,
Yeah.
right? And especially the pay-per-view. And I remember growing up as a kid saying, oh, I can't wait to watch a pay-per-view, and hoping that whatever, you know, wrestler that I liked at the time or whatever the case may be, or anybody, would just have a special entrance.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking, okay, this is the biggest match in the Lucha Brothers' career here in AEW. And I had asked them, I'm like, hey, would you guys want to do a special entrance? And they're like, yeah. So I thought to myself, what can we do? And I was like, well, I helped write the Lucha Brothers song and perform it.
Oh yeah, he performed that. He raps, guys.
Yeah.
He raps all that shit.
Thank you. So Mikey Ruckus is the one who wrote the song and does the hook. So I reached out to him and I'm like, hey, Mikey, what do you think about if we did like a live version of that? And then we got into brainstorming, and then I got together with the Lucha Brothers, and it's just so cool because I kind of came up with this concept, and we went together, and we put it together, and we collaborated, and you know, they brought some great ideas into it, and ultimately it turned out to what it, you know, turned out to be what it turned out to be, and it was just such an amazing, memorable moment. And to then hear from people saying, "Oh my gosh, that entrance was awesome," and then go back and watch it and see the reaction, it just means the world to me that moment, you know, will live on, you know, in a pay-per-view. It's just so cool.
Well, when it's my turn to go for the big championship, whenever that is, you're gonna have to help me with my entrance.
Done.
You know,
Done deal.
We gotta talk to Mikey, and maybe we can rewrite a song and I can sing it. as I'm coming out.
I love it. I love it. Let's do it.
I
Thanks
can't
so much.
wait for that
Yeah, we're
moment
gonna do it.
to
We're gonna do it.
happen. I'm super excited about this. Now I'm juiced. I'm super juiced. All right, last.
You know what? I already have it in my head, but I'm not going to share it because I don't want. I cannot ruin it. Like this is something I know exactly what it should be.
And then, lastly, let's see. A really good question for you. If you could be something else in life, what would you done?
Oh man, that wasn't pro wrestling related.
Yes.
Maybe I'd be an actor.
I can see that.
I used to act
Most
back in the
definitely.
day, and it was fun because it's
Novelas?
very similar to pro wrestling. Yes, actually, yes. I was on One Life to Live. I was on One Life to Live for a couple years. Yeah, as a bartender.
Couple of years?
Yeah, I was on One Life. It shot here in New York, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed that. It was
Do you
fun.
remember a line?
No, I didn't have any lines. I was just the silent bartender. People would come to the bar, and I eventually, towards the tail end, because eventually the soap operas kind of went away.
Yeah.
That was like my steady role, if you will. But before, I was like a bar patron. You'd see me eating at a diner. I was all over the place. It was so much fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're right. So novela, but soap opera. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Now we're gonna rate these tacos. What would you rate your brisket taco?
The brisket taco was okay. It wasn't my favorite. It was good because I think of the lime. The lime really added a lot, so I liked it. I wouldn't say it was the greatest.
What about the tortillas? The tortillas.
The tortillas were really
tortillas were really good.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Chicken taco?
Was that the middle one?
Yes.
So here's the thing. I was just telling her during our little break. I was so involved in our conversation, I can't even tell you what it tastes like. But I think it was good. I would have known if it wasn't. So I'm gonna say it was good.
Mine better. The best one for me was birria because it was moist and like the chicken was alright, and the pork. How do you like the pork?
I actually like the pork.
It was flavorful. It was flavorful, but I still think it was a little too dry.
A little, yeah. I could see that. I can see that. So you're right. Probably from a moist perspective, the chicken was probably the best.
For you, yes.
And then I would go the pork and then the brisket.
But honestly, for me, what made these tacos was the tortillas.
The tortillas.
Tortillas were great.
Yeah.
His tacos were so cold when we took the break because I was like, you need to eat. So I just want to thank you again for being part of the taco vlog. I hope you are full. And
it was so good. I loved it. Thank you.
And I want to give thanks to our sponsors, the Modern Wellness Center, who are in Dallas, Texas, and they always take care of all our wrestlers. And they continue to support the taco vlog. And also, I want to thank absolutely everybody that signed up for Patreon. You guys get to see all these videos in your entirety.
Wow.
No mas free on YouTube. YouTube is super edited. And is there any future plans or anything that you want to say to my fans?
Future plans. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. Obviously, 2022 is going to be an awesome year. You know, we talked about it privately, all the great stuff that we have going on. So obviously, continuing to work hard. Elite Soup, make sure to check that out.
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that. One of the reasons why, because Brian, my husband, was like, you need to bring her because of the Elite Soup. How is that working for you right now?
Oh, it's so much fun. It's a lot of hard work, more work than I initially anticipated, but it's amazing to be able to create something from nothing each and every week. And then have you guys out there say, oh, I really enjoyed it. And then it's great because I love catching up with you guys. It's so much fun. We always have something to talk about. Something crazy always happens on somebody's vlog or something that we have to talk about.
Always.
And it's just fun to be able to do something that the people enjoy.
Yes. Well, again, thank you so much. I
My
hope
pleasure.
you enjoy the tacos.
I loved it.
I was not expecting something as good as this, honestly, in Newark, New Jersey.
No. We're in Paramus.
At the mall.
We're at
mall.
Paramus.
Which is even crazier. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you haven't signed up for my Patreon, all the information is on the bottom and on my linktree on Instagram. So thank you very much. Keep enjoying. Eat tacos, but make sure you exercise afterwards. Take care.